Good morning and welcome to my last day of work. Today is going to be it for me. I am going in for one last time and then we're going to do what our channel says what we're doing. We're going to go travel. And you're saying, hey, how can Mitch do this? How can Mitch and Marcella go and travel when they're such young people? Well, I'm going to tell you how I did it, what worked for me, and give you a little insights. But now we got to go to work for our last day. So come on, let's go. Let's see what the drive to work looks like today. Some days it takes 30, 45, hour and 15 minutes. Won't have to do this anymore. A lot of last things that I don't have to do anymore. It's crazy. So yeah, we're going to talk about few things that I've done to get to this point, to get us to this point. So, but there's one important thing that we need to talk about first, and not just my ride to work. Marcy's going to tell you about those right now.
This video is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not licensed financial advisors, and nothing in this video should be considered financial advice or a promise of a guaranteed income or cash flow. Any numbers or results shared are hypothetical and for illustration only. Investing always carries a risk. Please do your own research or consult a certified professional before making any investment decisions.
So off to work we go, and I have spent 12 years at this dealership, a little over 12 years, 4 months to be exact. And so we're gonna take a little ride into work, my last day, and post it. But we're gonna, like Marcy said just now, the disclaimer, that is what worked for us may not work for you, so just a heads up. But man, it's a little cloudy and foggy. I need to clean my windshield. Anyway, so yeah, got a few little jitters, as you would expect, probably, you know. And but yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for the next phase, and we're going to tell you a little bit about that. We've told you some stuff going on. Got some cruises coming up. In fact, we'll be on a cruise here in about 2 weeks. Man, I'm not going to miss trying to get out every morning with this. Time for a sip of coffee in my Buc-ee's cup. Love Buc-ee's. And it's a good cup. Usually I finish this cup of coffee before I get to work and I have to get a refill. I'm a big coffee drinker, so. First sip is always the best, isn't it? Wow, that's good coffee. Yeah, this is the calm before the storm. Yeah, you know, the little road you travel along before you get to the interstate, and then after that, who knows. Alrighty, we have made it to work, so let's get in here and see what this day holds, and I will report back to you very soon. Okay, stay right there. Hey, alrighty. So, get my hand out of the way. That was it's been quite a day for my last day on duty, last day at work. Move my hand out of the way again. My last day on the job. Wow, I work with some great people in there. I'm gonna miss a lot of them. But man, it is so nice to have a last day, and I hope you can have a last day someday too. And I hope it's as memorable as mine has been and will always be to me, because I work with a lot of great people, and I hope you do too. But either way, if you don't, if you do, and you're trying to retire and you're trying to work your way to retirement, there are a couple things along this path that And I'm going to give you a little background of how I got here to this point, how I got here 12 years later and am retiring. First of all, I'm going to tell you about three books that I read sometimes. One book I read daily, and that's my Bible every day. The next book that helped me start on this path that I've read several times is The Total Money Makeover, Dave Ramsey. Sure, a lot of you heard about him, but that's what started, because you need to be debt free before you can move on. And then once you're done with that, the next best book, and oh my goodness, this has been a game changer, this book here, highly recommend it. If you don't do anything else, A Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. Really good book. This has been a game changer for me, and it can be for you too if you want it to be. We're gonna play a little game here in a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's the future, what's gonna happen next, what is going on with this channel, because you clicked on this channel because it's a retirement channel, it's your last day, all this stuff, and that's great, but you got to have another plan, what you're going to do with your life. And I've been asked over and over now, what you're going to do. Well, I'm going to enjoy life even more than I have before. We are going to spend a lot more time on this channel. We're going to create another channel, and that more details will be out later for that. Kind of going back a little bit, what kind of changed things, I was looking at maybe another year or two before I retired now, but some things changed. And I came home from work one day, had a very stressful day, and Marcella said, hey, I want you to check something out. And she showed me a video on YouTube, and it was about these nomads. Okay, what did they do? They sold everything they had to travel the world. So that's what we're in the process of doing. Their house is up for sale. I will be selling one of the vehicles, either the truck or Marcy's SUV, if not both. I don't know. We're just playing it day by day. We're in no hurry to do anything because of what I spoke about before, and I'll get in more detail about that. One website that we are using that is really interesting, even if you're not going to be a nomad, but you want to know how much does it cost to live in a certain area anywhere on this earth. It's called The Earth Awaits. I think they got that right. Yeah, theearthawaits.com. But check it out. It's a pretty interesting site. But yeah, we have a bunch of cruises booked. We've got 5 cruises booked as of right now. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to work toward nomad life. And that is definitely going to be happening come the first part, January of next year. We're going to Thailand first. And then we're going to take a little time and go different places. And we'll post some videos here. We haven't given up on cruising. So all my cruisers, or all our cruiser subscribers, a lot of this travel is going to be because of transatlantic cruises that are taking us to different spots. So we're not giving up on the cruising part by any means. In fact, that's why we're splitting up the channel, to have one that is focused mainly on cruises, and the other is going to be on nomad life and where we're at and what we're doing whenever we're not cruising. Now, on to the game. Let's head on home and we'll talk about that. I'm sitting here in the parking lot at the dealership, and it's time to head on home for the last time. You'll go with me, and then we'll talk about this little. We're gonna play a game here, and we're gonna pretend that you've got some money to invest, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's go. Here's another little app that I like to use. It's called Money Tracker, and it does a really great job. Yeah, this is one of the only things I'm not gonna miss about going home from work every day, the 5 o'clock traffic. Yeah, this is why it takes me an hour to go 16 miles. So that's a good thing. Wow, guys, what an amazing day at work. What an emotional roller coaster. And like I said, we're gonna play a little, we're gonna have a little, let's say a little, we're gonna pretend And what we're going to do is pretend that you've got a little bit of money to invest. And this is how we're going to invest it. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on the computer. And I'll show you how much we're going to pretend that we're going to invest. And then you're going to have to come back again every week. I might update it every week, but for sure this time next month, and we'll look at it and see where it stands now. I'm not saying it's going to be huge, it's not going to be, but it is the best, in my opinion, the stock that you should invest in if you want to retire early. So let's get to it. Okay, if you're not familiar with this website, we're going to go step by step. So type in VTSAX. And you'll see it brings up Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Admiral Shares. And you'll see how it's gone up and everything else. But we're going to try, and we're going to go to Vanguard. We're going to go to buy. All right, folks, just as a, we're going to play around here a little bit. We're going to buy $3,000, and there it is. We're going to see in 30 days from now. So we will check back on the 28th of October. I will post here and we'll see how much money this has made. This is just an experiment. You read the disclaimer at the beginning. This is just for show. We're not sure how it's going to turn out, but just for fun, we'll see what VTSAX does for us in 30 days. And now you know how to set up an investment account and how to invest. It's that easy. And if you like this video, again, like I said, please give me a like. Keep watching me and Marcella and our adventures. And until the next time, see you later. Bye.